while the plough's still hard at work, churning clouds. Clouds Turner would have loved, moody, fat. A tawny owl's set on clocking off. Strings of silence plucked, the sound of a heart breaking like glass. Cue to lift the lid off the dark forest of this fairy tale we live. Here we sit like old pagans, looking at the sky as if it were a god dividing night from day. 4 a.m. and all we can hear is the stir of the wind, held breath, earth not ready to exhale yet. This is the life we normally sleep through, don't hear for the boil and prowl of our own minds. But the red birds of morning begin to claim their territory. The restless owl closes a door crying out for a drop of oil, the rent air tacked back together with song. Up on their perches, invisible birds buzz with the wake-up call of hormone and instinct, jostling for longest, loudest, limberest. Listen to me, I'm alive, alive. Something to boast about after the long nights fasting. Alive, 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 alive. Our first bird, a robin, early riser, fierce defender. Soon the song thrush piping his 2 notes, blackbird rinsing his golden beak, polishing the ring round his eye. Necessary to give voice to this yearning, to live and love and have your children survive. 4:25, something different happens, an incoherent elating. In strikes the first warbler, our northern nightingale, the blackcap. All the threads of sound spinning now in a net around us. We are enchanted, words fail us, we are all ears, caught in the net, not knowing if what we're hearing is spaces or strings. We are liquid, our edges melting into music till we lose our I-ness and we are song. Our little flock huddle, warm hands round cups of tea in the chill of what still doesn't qualify as morning. The trilling and calling, squeaking and fluting crashes in from all directions, so the whole body is tender to it, our core touched by it. A wood pigeon's aching purr, distant falsetto. This is the way you always wanted to begin the day. Met and held, lifted back into yourself after the long night's forgetting. A small interstice of feeling lost, so you can fall into finding why you're bone alive again. The erotics of ornithology, living through the senses all the way to rapture, joy. An hour of nothing else between your ears and you can't stop grinning, mouth widening to make more room for all this glory, all this life for its own sake. "5:40, nothing short of radiance, sun rising above an elusive horizon, splashing trees, walls, you with gold, loud and sharp as the birds singing, so they become its guardians, mystic visitants, spirits of the day. Pheasant and wagtail, great tit and chiffchaff, goldcrest and wren, little wren who weighs less than a 50p piece, tree creeper, blue tit and missel thrush with his football rattle, an onomatopoeia of feathered things that Emily Dickinson, dressed all in white, heard as hope, vowel and plosive, a gesture, a giving of lips and throat. How we learned to talk, after all, by imitating these birds, borrowing their beauty, bringing our very selves to light. And so we hear the compass of our own hearts, tinsel and workshop, too many yeses to count. According to Emily, find ecstasy in life, the mere sense of living, joy enough. Turning it up, us all, ratchet and cool. Alone I do not make a summer, but like a chandler ply my ropes round the earth, woven from sand and rain, home and away. Call me a calligrapher of space, arcing the geometry of walls and doors, the upturned cup of an arch. Needle and compass, scratching sounds out of old-time discs, arrowing north and south and back again, hymn to beauty, ode to endurance. I am aerial, attuned to invisible waves, spiritual and brave, unburdened by distractions. What you say is sorrow, waste. I see what I see and I sing it. O Africa, O peat brown river, O feast of insects. Churning through sky soft as milk, My creamy breasts a lifted spoon, and lifting, wings flung wide to the drift of air. Finding no edges, I raise the roof, a streak of wet slate, brushed ink ideogram of the child still wise. If you only knew, today I open my auburn throat just for you. How much you can do if you call a dream and live it right through, untethered, year after year on the wing. Who was the first person, surely not a cook, to open her mouth and say roost instead of roast, muttering about some fur-clad lord who ruled the roost, when before that moment the world and his wife had said he ruled the roast, evoking a bird, leaking its juices on a spit. And suddenly, with that single mistake, weren't all our beautiful birds spared, befeathered, beflocked, safe for the night at least? Were ferns the first tongues of the world? What's an apple without a seed? A tree without a bird? What sort of sonnet do wrens sing in 14 fruit trees planted in a row? One where bird and leaf are two creatures in love? Chink chink of metal on metal. What bird is that? If you'd kept a birdwatcher's life list, what would it look like? A compass for listening? A notebook speckled with questions? These few words tossed in the air? How far will your legs take you? What will you do when it's over, or just before? Do you know how to soar? Will returning birds follow the river home? Could you map their flight paths in the branches of the cedar? Who'd mistake an aeroplane for a warbler or a goose? If all you could carry had to fit in a wheelbarrow, what would you take with you? Before you go, look, from the blackbird's shadow, what time is it in Krakow? If we called this month jackdaw, rook or crow, might we bear its cold, its darkness better? On the greyest of days, how to tell when dusk falls? What happens in that long moment when our bones let us know it's too late to begin anything new? How much of what we call home is stillness, after our labours a little death? What is home but everything we've ever longed for, everything we fear losing? Aren't we drawn, like passerines, to trees for shade, shelter and food, company, friendship that gathers in the silence between song? All that is mine, beloved and pleasing, said the Buddha, will become otherwise, will become separated from me. But for now, can't we flock? Can't we roost? Keep one eye open while we sleep? Bareback angel, skyhook, flicker book. The dark soul of these eaves stammers her name in the gloaming. Silky, while the planet surrenders its light, rotating beneath a fickle star. 1 o'clock, peak moth. Beware, Silky, queen of the night. Here she comes, because she loves horses, the reek of their coats, chestnut, grey, straws, pissy, tangle. Bat wings, her crepuscular silks skim the floor, stirring up dust, undersong of gallop, lope, fetlocks flex, haunches stretch, the bridles tug. Her darting chiffon trails silhouettes of pine and beech, moon's nectar on water, furtive crossings of creatures, winged and creeping, the hunt, tawny owl's cry, strident as rumour, pipistrelle's secret soprano, percussion of air upon air. Only one of her kind, their scattering scimitar sleekness, silky dreams of water, those flowing veins that keep the earth alive a man might drown in. She hangs upside down from a twisted yew stem, swinging to and fro, pricked ears full of suck, gurgle and echo. Stitching a hem between west and east, she goes and comes back, caught by the line, the river, the compass twitch, watching her horses and us, saddled and harnessed, walking this cindery path between worlds. Silky is all the darkness knows and we don't, scared of what's skulking at our last watch. No finale, just a stable door slammed closed after the horse has bolted, ghosts of bats calling our name.